Hey there, thank you for watching us here on WHAS 11 Plus. I'm meteorologist Matt Breland here to give you the latest details regarding this afternoon and evening's stormy setup that we have here. So, over the last few hours, we've been tracking the latest details, and we are still continuing this weather impact alert for Kentuckiana. Now, as of recently, there's been some recent guidance that's really pinpointing southern Indiana to be included in this threat. So, I would say for everybody north of the Ohio River, this is really going to apply to you. So the weather impact alert in place for this afternoon, likely after 3 p.m. is whenever we'll start seeing most of these storms start firing away, and they will be lasting into the evening and into the start of the nighttime hours. Storms are likely going to contain some gusty winds. We're not ruling out the possibility of an isolated tornado. There's a lot of wind energy associated with this system. And we're also tracking hail to be a possibility within this as well. So continue staying up to date with us here on WHAS 11 Plus. Turn your notifications on your mobile device so that you can stay up to date with all of our latest forecast details. So let's go ahead and walk you through what we're expecting with this pattern. So here's the latest severe weather outlook that's been released. You'll notice the orange shaded area now including central Indiana and also including more of our northern counties. So this is including Bedford, Seymour, Salem, Paoli, Scottsburg, Henryville. This is definitely an area that we will keep a close eye on as we head into the later hours of our afternoon and into the evening time. So that is a level 3 out of 5 chance for seeing these storms that are likely going to develop into some more severe ones. Now, as we go a bit farther south, you'll notice all of our Ohio River counties, which of course includes Louisville, Sellersburg, Palmyra. This is where we're expecting still some development of some storms that will likely include at least gusty winds and possibly some small hail. And then for all of our counties just towards the south of Lebanon Junction, Bardstown, Springfield, Elizabethtown, Litchfield, areas south of there, you're still included in this green highlighted area, which is a marginal risk, which means that thunderstorms are still going to be developing across that region, but their likelihood of having more intensity is staying a bit lower. So here's how things look right now on satellite and radar. We are continuing to track just the inflow of steady clouds across Kentucky, and it's continuing to be a very cloudy pattern for us as we go throughout these later morning hours. But just notice how quickly these clouds are moving. There's a lot of wind happening, and you'll notice that with that line of clouds that's developing just across Indiana. Some strong showers starting to develop now across St. Louis. So this is the pattern that's headed our direction. We're going to continue watching this just line of showers head our direction. But as we mentioned, this is mostly going to be focusing across southern Indiana as it makes its way closer towards us throughout the later hours of the afternoon. So those cloudy skies are going to continue. And as I mentioned, these winds are definitely going to be something that we keep a close eye on. There's a lot of wind energy with this setup, and you'll notice that from seeing just how quickly those clouds are moving across central Indiana. So this pattern is going to be continuing throughout the next several hours, and as we head into the later parts of our day, we are just going to continue watching these thunderstorms arrive towards us. So the rest of our morning is just going to continue staying mostly cloudy and very muggy. We will continue seeing winds staying out of the south, and that's going to really bring our temperatures right into 70 degrees later on into this afternoon. I would say towards 3 p.m. is whenever we'll start seeing the arrival of these thunderstorms, mostly across southern Indiana at first. So you'll notice here on Futurecast where we're seeing these red bubbles that are located here that are near Jasper. Those are the areas that we're going to be watching very carefully. It's going to be those thunderstorms that are kind of to themselves that will have the greatest potential for delivering those strong winds, and also the potential for not only strong winds, but for some of those spin-up tornadoes. So we are going to keep a close eye on those details. So 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., it's really looking like southern Indiana continues to get the arrival of this stormy pattern. So we'll continue seeing those rolling through. Some of them will have the potential to have rotation with them since there's so much change in the wind direction as you go from the surface upward. There's just a lot of tilting and also a lot of spinning that can happen with those storms, particularly in southern Indiana. So as we continue going throughout the rest of our evening hours, those storms are still likely going to be continuing till about 7 p.m. across southern Indiana. So we're also going to start seeing some of them pop up behind that main cluster along the Ohio River, and those are going to be the ones that could bring in some gusty winds for us here near Louisville and near Corydon, Shepherdsville. Those are going to be the ones that we monitor later. So this is looking like an arrival into southern Indiana between 3 and 5 p.m. Then from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., our Ohio River counties, that's whenever we'll be seeing some of those popping off as well. So this is really looking like a 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. window when we're expecting most of these severe storms to start popping up, and we'll continue staying very windy. Winds could be gusting at times over 30 miles per hour. So this is going to continue being just a very windy pattern for us across Kentuckiana. The rest of our evening will include a few lingering showers and thunderstorms, some of them still containing some brief periods of some strong winds. The likelihood of these containing hail will still be around as well. And whenever we talk about severe thunderstorm hail, that's the hail that's at least 3/4 of an inch thick. So you're talking about pretty much quarter size hail. And that is associated with severe thunderstorms. So we are going to continue seeing the potential for some hail for us across Kentuckiana. As we enter 11 p.m., that's whenever we're going to see these conditions ease up. A lot of this activity fades its way farther off towards the east. So that's where we'll start seeing some better conditions head our direction as we enter our nighttime hours. So those south winds are going to continue picking up. We're still going to stay very breezy throughout the evening and the nighttime hours. You may even hear these winds as we head into the night. But into Friday morning, that's whenever better conditions do head our direction. We will see more sunshine and cooler temperatures, but it will be very windy. Winds tomorrow morning are likely going to be gusting up to 30 miles per hour, possibly even up to 40 miles per hour in some locations. So this is certainly going to be a wind-making system. Lots of wind-driven energy associated with this. That's why we do have that low-end tornado threat. If we had more heat in the forecast, then this would cause a different type of storm setup for sure. But since there's so much wind energy, and whenever those winds are changing direction as they continue to go up in the atmosphere, that's what can cause the formation of some of these rotating storms. So that's why we're continuing to really pay close attention to southern Indiana. They are very close to that center of low pressure throughout the evening or throughout the later afternoon and into the evening hours. Now, as I mentioned, closer towards 11 p.m. is whenever we'll start seeing most of this activity be over with. So farther into our Friday morning, we will continue to stay quiet and dry. So just keep in mind that these thunderstorms, once again, will be developing closer to that 3 p.m. hour. That's whenever we'll start seeing clusters of them arrive into southern Indiana. That's going to be our main focus for the day. That's where most of these are expected to target, is southern Indiana. We're talking about Seymour, North Vernon, Bedford, Scottsburg. That's where a lot of this activity is going to be focused. Now, as we continue going throughout the rest of our Thursday evening, we will still see some of those showers and thunderstorms popping up along the Ohio River, and some of those spots will still contain the possibility of bringing in some strong gusty winds. Some small hail is still a possibility as well. So continuing onward into the rest of our Thursday evening and Thursday night, a lot of this activity will start fading away farther off towards the east. So closer towards 11 p.m. is whenever you can expect most of this to be over with. Still a few lingering showers here and there, but continuing into Friday morning, you can expect more sunshine, but as I mentioned, just windy conditions are still going to be developing throughout our Friday morning. So we are in for quite the windy pattern. We'll give you an update on how strong these winds are expected to be. Once we enter the later hours of the night, those winds really start increasing. We will be seeing winds gusting between 20 and 30 miles per hour, possibly even up to 40 miles per hour at times once we head into those later morning hours, especially for folks closer towards southern Indiana. So this is going to really be one of our first impactful stormy setups that we've seen so far this year. So we will continue to keep you guys updated with all the latest details. As far as the rainfall totals go, this is likely not going to be that long of a lasting system. So our rainfall totals likely ranging anywhere from a quarter to a half inch in some spots. But this is not necessarily going to be a rain-making system. As I mentioned, this is mostly going to be a windy pattern for us. So we're expecting some very strong winds to be around. And once again, I'll show you guys the highlighted areas that we're really drawing most of our attention to for the day. This is going to include a lot of our southern Indiana counties. Now, along the Ohio River and closer into Louisville, there still is a threat for some strong storms, but this orange shaded area that includes Seymour and Salem and Paoli, this is going to be the area that we really pay a lot of attention to. So, once again, just across the Ohio River is where we're expecting a majority of these strong storms to develop with us. So, this is going to be a pattern that we continue watching carefully. Those counties that are shaded in the orange, Bedford, Seymour, Austin, Underwood, that is the area that's closer to where the area of low pressure is. So, that's where a lot of the wind patterns will be favoring the development of some of these stronger rotating storms. So we are going to continue keeping you updated with all of these details as we continue going throughout the rest of our day. We will have team coverage for you guys, especially as we head into the later hours of the evening. And you can catch me at noon here on WHAS 11, not only on our app, but also we'll be streaming to your television as well to keep you updated with all the latest forecast details regarding this system. So just once again, stay weather aware throughout the rest of your day as we continue keeping this weather impact alert in place. Once again, the afternoon hours, mostly towards 3 p.m. across southern Indiana, is whenever we'll see the arrival of these gusty thunderstorms, bringing in potential for hail and also some spin-up tornadoes, once again, especially over into southern Indiana. So stay up to date with us here on WHAS. We will continue to keep you updated with all of the latest forecast information, and we will catch you on WHAS 11 Plus at 12 p.m. Thank you.